Welcome to the Reese's 400 at Cleveland Raceway for the Charter Cup Series Season 1 finale. We have 37 drivers lined up here to battle it out for 10 laps at the Charter Cup Series home track. These drivers have fought and battled all season, and it all comes down to this: 4 drivers remaining in the hunt for the championship. Those drivers are Kyle Busch, Jeff Gordon, Kyle Larson, and Jimmie Johnson. One of those 4 will walk away with the title today. Who will that be? Let's find out. Here's a command to fire the engines.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
The engines have started, and the cars will begin to roll off, and we'll get your starting lineup. Now in row number 1, sitting on the pole is Brad Keselowski. 2 is outside is Kevin Harvick. Row number 2, you have Greg Biffle and Paul Menard. Row 3, you have Dale Earnhardt Jr. and one of the championship contenders, Kyle Larson. Row 4, you have Trevor Bayne and our second championship contender, Jeff Gordon. And row number 5, you have Jimmie Johnson, another title contender. Starting to his outside is Matt Kenseth. Row 6, you have Denny Hamlin and Casey Mears. Row 7, you have Danica Patrick and your furthest starting back, title contender Kyle Busch. Row number 8, you have Chris Buescher making his first ever Charter Cup Series start, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And you have Carl Edwards and Jamie McMurray. Row number 10, you have Tony Stewart and Clint Bowyer. Row 11, you have Joey Logano and Kurt Busch. Row 12, you have Chase Elliott and A.J. Allmendinger. Row 13, Austin Dillon and Ryan Newman. Row 14, you have Alex Kennedy making his first start, and Landon Castle. Row 15, you have Brett Moffitt and David Gilliland. Row 16, Martin Truex Jr. and Mike Wallace. Row 17, Timmy Hill also making his first start, and Casey Kane. Row 18, you have Eric Almirola and David Reagan. And rounding out the field is Ryan Blaney. Now before we go green flag racing, let's take a look at your title contenders. First off, we have Kyle Larson. Larson has 1 win this season and has been very consistent throughout this whole season. Can he cap off the season with a win in a championship? He is starting 6th. Next, we have Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon's making his final ever Charter Cup Series start. He has 1 win this season, which was at Talladega. Could he end his Charter Cup Series career on a high note, win the championship? He's starting 8th. Next, we have Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie Johnson's also been very consistent throughout this whole season. He has 1 win as well. He's also scored the most points of anyone in the regular season. He's been strong all season. Can he cap it off with the championship? He's starting 9th. And finally, we have Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch has probably been the best driver throughout the whole series this season. He has scored 3 wins, more than anyone in history. He has never been really good at this track as he is starting 14th, so could he get the championship? Here are the fan vote championship predictions. Kyle Busch had 11% of the votes. Jeff Gordon had 41%. Kyle Larson had 35% of the votes, and Jimmie Johnson had 13%. Here's your race info. It's 55 degrees. We have 37 drivers, a Charter Cup Series record. Second time visiting the Cleveland Raceway. 10 laps. This is the season finale. 4 competing for the championship, but only 1 will prevail, and let's go green. Alright, reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Let's go racing in the Charter Cup Series finale. We are green. Brad Keselowski and Kevin Harvick lead us down into turn 1. Harvick has a little bobble off too. Biffle up to second. Now it looks like Menard's going to take that spot and try to chase Keselowski for the lead, as now we're on lap number 2. Menard trying to work that middle lane on the track. Menard now clears Keselowski for the lead. He is our new leader. Now Biffle's going to take the second spot from Keselowski. He blocks Keselowski going into turn 1. Oh, we got a big wreck off of turn number 4. And it looks like we have 2 of the championship contenders involved in the wreck. Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch. But Casey Mears took a huge hit. He's moving around in the race car, but he really looks like he's hurt. Safety crews are attending to him immediately. So let's take a look at what happened. So right there, yeah, you see Gordon get loose off of turn 4. Runs into Kenseth. Look at Mears get launched off Gordon, then slammed into the driver's door by Kyle Busch. They're going to have to airlift him to the hospital. Never a good thing to see a driver have to be airlifted. Well, we'll stay tuned for more updates on Casey Mears. We hope he's alright. Hope nothing bad happened. Now we're ready to restart here on lap 5 of 10. Paul Menard now takes us back down to the green. Johnson making it 3 wide. Larson blocks him. Here comes Paul Menard back up to the lead. Let's go on board with Paul Menard, running that middle line. Coming off turn 4, he leads another lap. We're halfway through this race now. Biffle trying to work that inside lane. Look at Larson all the way up against the wall. Now Kozlowski looks like he's going to take that second spot from Biffle. He's going to try to chase down Menard for the lead. Now we're on lap 7. Oh, we got more trouble off turn 4. Huge wreck. Looks like the exact same spot we had our last caution in. Couple more hard hits here at Cleveland Raceway. There's Logano. He hit the inside wall a ton. There's McMurray. He took a really hard hit too. See Kurt Busch in it. And you can see Tony Stewart just under Clint Bowyer. Clint Bowyer took a lot of hard hits in that wreck. Seems to be alright though. The safety crews are all going to attend to these drivers now and clean up the debris on the track. Let's take a look at how that happened though. Happened all quick. Yeah, looks like the exact same thing as the other wreck. Bowyer got loose under Logano, clipped Logano, and Logano clipped McMurray and hard into the wall. Look at Bowyer getting slammed. Now the garage is pretty much full. A lot of cars in the garage. Now we're ready to restart here on lap 9 out of 10 with 2 to go. Who's going to be your champion? Go. Paul Menard elects the outside lane. Here comes Larson on the inside. Jimmy Johnson looking to the outside of him. They make contact going into turn 3. Let's go back on board with Paul Menard. Now as he comes off turn number 4, he sees the white flag. Who's going to win it? Jimmy Johnson has the edge. Kyle Larson all over the outside. Johnson gets loose. Contact. More contact heading down into turn 3. Larson all the way up against the wall. Paul Menard wins the race. And Jimmy Johnson's going to be our Season 1 champion here in the Charter Cup Series. What a finish. That was absolutely crazy. What a race. Let's go down and see their burnouts here. See, Paul Menard is just going to do a quick burnout. Here comes Jimmy Johnson. He's going to do his burnout as well. He's our Season 1 champion. Congratulations to that 48 team. He's been strong all season, and this just caps off to a great season he's had. See him there in victory lane celebrating the Season 1 championship. Jimmy Johnson is our Season 1 champion. Congratulations to him. Here's a quick update on Casey Mears. Casey Mears sustained a dislocated left knee, and that's supposed to be a broken left arm, and he sustained a concussion. Everyone a part of the Charter Cup Series is wishing for a speedy recovery and hope he can be back for Season 2. So, just hate to see drivers getting injured. That's the second time we've seen a driver get injured at this track. So, they might have to have some more safety and put in some more safer barriers. Here are your finishing results. You can pause it at any time and see the results. Menard had an absolutely dismal season ever since he joined the series, but he was just strong today, leading 9 out of the 10 laps. You see Biffle, who led every lap last time we visited this track, he finished 6th. So there's Mike Wallace, good 21st place finish. Look at Timmy Hill finishing 23rd. That's a good solid finish for them. Ryan Blaney and David Gilliland, they've just really haven't been that good this year. And then there's Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch. Not the way Gordon wanted to end his Charter Cup Series career, but we're going to miss him here in the series. But here are your final point standings. Jimmy Johnson obviously comes out on top. He's your champion. Then there's Kyle Larson, Jeff Gordon, and Kyle Busch. That's how your final four ended up. Then there's Dale Earnhardt Jr., Casey Kane, Carl Edwards, Denny Hamlin, AJ Allmendinger, Clint Boyer, Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick, Greg Biffle, Eric Almirola, Joey Logano, and Casey Mears. That's how your chase grid finished. Kurt Busch, we expected him to do a lot better and possibly make the chase. Same thing with Brad Keselowski. He just had no luck this year. Didn't even finish in the top 25 in points. Menard jumped quite a few spots in the standings, though. But 34th through 39th, they were all part-time drivers. Chase Elliott will be driving the 24 next season. So thank you guys all so much for such an amazing season, and thank you for all the support you gave me. Can't wait to start Season 2. Sign-up should be up after Christmas. Thank you for sticking with me throughout this 2-month-long hiatus through the series. Sorry for that break, but anyway, I really hope you enjoyed the season finale, and I'll see you guys next time for the Charter Cup Series Season 2. See you guys next time.